What up? What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Okay, we're gonna do a Japanese topic. Last topic, I was doing something in art. Anyways, I want to apologize ahead of time because the internet here might cut off. I don't know. Hopefully not. So let's just talk fast. Anyways, non-Japanese jobs in Japan. Of course, like back in the day, we're talking like 90s. Early 2000, there was money in the English industry, and there still is. It depends on your qualifications. It depends on a lot of things, your skill set, and your ability to speak Japanese. So that's if you want to be in that industry. The English industry is mainly for getting your foot in the door if you want to come to Japan. Because, like, for example, my buddy, he wants to come to Japan because he wants to be a voice actor, right? And in America, you have to go to LA, and I think maybe New York. That's about it. That's like the only opportunity you have to become a voice actor in America. So either California or New York. Right now, New York's in lockdown, so is California. But later on, when this blows over, or I don't know how long it'll take, Japan has more options. They have like you can go to a university or a junior college and take classes to be a voice actor. Of course, keep in mind it's really important to speak Japanese. It really is. That will get you further than anything in Japan, obviously. Some people don't think they need it because maybe they came to Japan or some other country and their job simply didn't require them to learn the language and they got by for many years. I get that. I got by for like 8 years without learning the language. But I realized though, the more language or the more Japanese I did learn in Japan, it allowed me more opportunities in Japan. For example, like most of my friends still work English jobs to this day, like ALT work. And the reason they pick ALT jobs typically is because the pay is, I'm not gonna say the pay is good, but it gives them more time to work on their side hustle, right? So maybe they're doing an ALT job at night, sorry, not night, but daytime. And at night, they come home, relax, and they do their currency trading or whatever their side hustle is. And that's kind of the reason they pick such a job. However, the money has gone down so significantly that you cannot survive unless you have an extra job on the side. So you might find yourself working your ALT job and then maybe working at I can't say it, basically Eikaiwa at night, or even just private lessons at night, or I have no idea, whatever you can get on the side. Some people do online classes, like using Skype or Zoom, so they do it like that. You gotta do what you gotta do to survive, right? Anyways, so now let's talk about non-Japanese job. Before, I made like a few videos that like talking about McDonald's. McDonald's is just it's a little easier to get into. That's why I talked about it in the first place. And plus, like, if you come to Japan with your savings and you're gonna go to school and all that stuff, you're only allowed to work like 20 hours a week, anyways, depending on your visa. And McDonald's is highly flexible, so it's kind of a good job for a starter job. If you do like an English job and then you try to do like your school on top of that, I mean, it's possible. I did it. It's just a lot harder. It depends on what location. If you're in Tokyo, they're super flexible. They have tons of night classes. It gives you. I think we're back. Okay, so Tokyo has more opportunities, but at the same time, Tokyo also has more competition, and also currently Tokyo has more of the coronavirus going on. Yeah, so it has more opportunity in Tokyo. So you can go to school during the day, learn Japanese, or even Daigaku if your Japanese is already really good. How's it going, guys? How has it affected my life so far? Not so much. Japan, like Osaka. Okay, I'm gonna go off track for about 5 seconds. 2 months ago, so the U.S. is having problems. At that moment, U.S. is looking at Italy, thinking like, are we gonna be that bad? A month goes by, they are that bad. Japan's still out partying. I'm out working every single day cleaning up after their party because my job was a cleaner, right? I clean things and stuff like that. My everyone I worked with was speaking Japanese. My boss, he's Japanese. I was like a leader, trying to manage like these Japanese guys that didn't want to work, which really sucked. But you gotta do what you gotta do. So it didn't have really any effect. Japan really honestly felt like I felt like the mindset was like they talked about it. They were like, "Oh, do you hear about the coronavirus?" And I can hear in the background as I'm walking through the station talking about it. But half the people didn't wear masks, and they were like really crowded in the trains like usual. You know how they crunch you into the train? It's the same thing. So nothing really changed. It wasn't until last week did they actually put in the news Japan announces pandemic. I'm listening to like I think it was a pandemic 2 months ago when you're ignoring it and talking like it's an American problem, not our problem. I'm not saying that Japan is like it's quickly spreading or something and everyone's dying. Not really, honestly. Japan is like ranked, I don't know, 50 or maybe even like higher. I don't know. So they already like cut off travel and stuff like that. You're in lockdown. See, I'm not really in lockdown, but at the same time, I'm in the countryside. I'm not really sure what's going on in like Tokyo. They're talking about locking down Tokyo. In Osaka, they're not on lockdown, but they were encouraging us to stay inside. A lot of the young people, meaning people from the ages like 18 to like 30, were out getting drunk every single weekend. They were trashed. Even I seen even old grandmas with bikes barely driving drunk and trashed. I'm not joking. They were partying. They party hard. Like where I'm from, Seattle, they party from Thursday to Saturday. But Japan, it's Friday till Sunday. So they were partying, right? They were not worried about the virus at all. So yeah. And of course, since they're not really worried about the virus, they're not really testing for the virus either because the whole idea was you have to have a temperature and you have to have like a high temperature for like 2 3 days, blah blah blah, all these symptoms, and no one has it. So they're like, well, since you don't have the temperature or this symptom or that symptom, that whatever was current, we don't need to test you, basically. So I did my own research because I used to live in Hyogo, which is like Kobe, for like 2 years, and I found out they had over 4,000 cases of infected people. I was like, holy crap! So in Osaka, you can only imagine how many people are infected. I mean, because people are just crammed in trains. Like, I avoided trains if I could, and I'd wear like 2 masks. And luckily, my job was only like 2 stops away, so it wasn't too bad. Yeah. So my overall opinion is 2 months ago, Japan honestly didn't take it seriously as they should have. I'm not saying they didn't do nothing, but they should have took it way more seriously. At the same time, 4 months before that, America didn't take it seriously either. And look where they're at now. So we might be headed in the same direction. I'm in the countryside, so like the social distance of walking is like seems to be like 2 kilometers or like 5 miles. So to get infected, it seems like it's very, very difficult. Yeah, schools currently here are open because there have been no cases where I'm at currently. There's no cases, no one infected. I kind of laugh 'cause I just came from Osaka and who knows who's infected there. So I was sitting, talking to the family. I'm sitting there like, we could be infected. We could be the carriers. And all of a sudden, everyone here, I'm joking. As far as I know, I'm not. My family's been tested, so we're good. But I still thought that was kind of funny because everyone else has lived here for the last 15 years or more. And we just come here like out of Osaka and who knows who's infected. So yeah. Anyways, my life is pretty much the same. That's all. I've always wear masks in the first place, so nothing has really changed at all. Besides the fact that I can't find masks or rubbing alcohol. Only like public places, such as Hello Work, the library when it was open, or any other public, facility. They have alcohol for some reason, but nowhere else. And of course, you can't find these. No one's doing. Oh yeah, actually, a lot of people are doing homemade but their homemade masks are like super like amazing. They look like this, but like with like Naruto, like it's really well made. You know, it's amazing. But life is the same. I'm not in lockdown. I can go out right now to the convenience store, uh, buy whatever I want. Yeah, I'm with my family. They're upstairs passing out. I'm trying not to be noisy because they'll be like, I'm down there like, Ulisar. Go inside. Sorry, sorry, sorry. I found a job, you know. Actually, I'm working back at McDonald's just because it's easy to get. In the countryside, all there is agriculture jobs. And I had an offer to work one, but the money's not much different. I have to work in the hot sun all day, and it's seasonal, so it might only be for like 2 months, and then from there I have to look for another agriculture job or a different job. The other opportunity was to work in a factory, which I'm really considering because I don't mind working like 10 hours a day. I honestly don't. Because being at home all day is boring. So, yeah. And I don't want to work 10 hours at McDonald's. And I find it ironic because I used to be vegan. I'm not now. But I still don't eat at McDonald's, but I'm peddling their food, right? So it's just like, I don't believe in drugs, but I gotta feed my family. You want some marijuana? Like that. It's kind of like that. I don't. I'm a hypocrite, I guess. Whatever. Eh, eh. Anyways, let's talk about non-Japanese jobs. My tangent's over. Unless you guys have more questions about how my life has been affected overall, not really. So, but non-Japanese jobs, I worked in a cleaning place. You guys know John Claw. John Claw is like it's a karaoke place or karaoke, as Americans say. I did. I worked in a cleaning place that cleaned those. That was interesting. The people I met were interesting. Everyone that worked there, they were young. They were fun. They were nice, super nice. I enjoyed the job. The money was great. Made it to being leader and all that fun jazzy stuff. Way better than working in English. I'm not trying to bash English. I just feel like maybe English doesn't work for me, or maybe I just don't like being a robot. A robot, you know, like Michael Jackson. Because they want you to be Genki 24/7, and I'm just not Genki 24/7. I'm Genki like I'm like happy maybe 22 hours of the day, then 2 hours I put my foot up your ass for no reason. I don't even know. Maybe it's PMS, but everyone got that, you know. And like with girls, the same thing. So you got your period going on, you're having pains, or maybe if you're sick, they're really not understanding about that at all. Like literally, so I went from that cleaning job to a hotel job, and this hotel job was like a trial period. So that it was like 2 or 3 week contract, and at first I was just like long sigh because I know contracts equal I could just fire your ass when I feel like it. That's what contracts equal. So when you're working a job in Japan and they're like, oh my god, internet sucks here so bad, but I'm only paying like $25, so I can't complain at all. What did you say? Buy some. Or anyways, your comments like disappear really quickly, and it shows up on the part of my phone where I dropped when I was making a video. So, and I used before I had like 3 different phones, so I didn't give a shit. But now I have one phone because I killed them all. Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy a new phone. But back to non-Japanese jobs, I find them to be funner. This current job, like I'm the first and only gaijin or foreigner to ever work there ever. So it's kind for them, it's like a big deal. It's like for me, I'm like whatever, you know. It's not the first job, you know. And if I can work there, you can work there. If you want to talk about visas, it really depends on what country you're from. So you have to go to your own embassy and look up visas and figure out what you can do with the visa you have. So if you have a working visa, do you need to be sponsored? Do you need college? All that stuff. Well, since the states are infected, I'm from Washington, right? So the three key states currently that are like the most contagious or infected or in lockdown is Washington, California, and New York. Of course, I'm highly concerned because all my family is in Washington. I am permanent though, yes. They asked me for my expiration date. They're like, when does your visa expire? I'm just like, never. I'm not even joking. I can show you my card now. I'm not going to, but there, like where it says expiration, there's just nothing there. Then I show them that they're like, "Allah, like money." Like they're like confused. I don't know. But yeah, it does expire, the card itself. My status never does. Unless I leave for a year or more, then my visa's gone. It's over. So I cannot leave here for more than a year, or my visa gets canceled. But overall, I can work as many hours if I want. I can work any job I want. I can live by myself. I can buy a house. I can do anything besides vote. I can't vote. That's the only thing. But at the same time, my Japanese is not that great. It's not Josu, so, I have no idea what I'd be voting for anyway. Yeah, permanent's not actually permanent. It's like tape. Not even the sticky kind of tape. It's like, it's like that dollar store duct tape that half works, and you're like, whatever, F it. It's rolled around 700 times. So that's what permanent resident visa is like. But working visa is even less than that. It's like a thumbtack without the point. Like a dull thumbtack. They give you like time in between jobs to find another job, but it's so hard to find a stupid job in the first place. You're just kind of effed. You know how many people ask me, like, I got 10 minutes to find a job, you know? Where is the closest hello work? I'm just like, did you use Google? And like, I respond super late, and that's my fault. Maybe I'm a jerk, I don't know. So like, their question was like 2 months ago. So they're probably already deported or at home, like, F that guy. I'm unsubscribing to his channel because he didn't respond to me. He could have saved my life, even though I could have just Googled it. Whatever. But yeah, I liked working at Japanese jobs. McDonald's is McDonald's. It's so whatever. It's flexible. That's the only good point. Uh, if you're young, there's tons of girls, so you'll easily find a girl. No problem. At the same time, if you work a little more mature job, they don't tip or nothing. Say you work at a bar, but you still can meet people your age and all that fun stuff. My friend, I can't remember his name. Sorry, we were friends very shortly because we had a little falling out. But he worked at a bar, and that's how I met his girl. So, and he got no tips at all. So Japan's not a culture for tipping and stuff like that. So when you think about like say Hawaii and you're working in Hawaii and like the main people coming to Hawaii are Japanese and 60% of the population of Hawaii is Japanese and they're not used to tipping, it kind of sucks being a waiter. Just saying. You can meet girls, you don't have to speak Japanese at all, honestly. You just, you go to a club, so you just gotta keep in mind that once you're at the club, that girl has probably already been with every single guy in that club, especially if you're, gaijin foreigner. If you can accept that fact, then you're good. Finding happiness is hard. Happiness depends on you. So the question would be, what makes you happy, right? Maybe racing cars makes you happy, then obviously doing something that's not racing cars is not going to make you happy, right? So yeah, I worked at a hotel. I worked at a cleaning job for John Kala, which showed me the behind the scenes of karaoke, which was actually really dirty. It was a cleaning job. I cleaned it. The hotel job was actually I'm not gonna say it's good or bad. If your Japanese is really good, I feel like you'll have a better opportunity to advance and get more money. But the guys I met that were hiring, they were very sexist, they were very controlling, and they were very kibishi or strict. It was a really huge turnoff. Let me give you an example. Like during one interview, like I'm trying to explain something. In my Japanese, like I said, it's not perfect. So he had a pen and paper in front of him, so I was kind of like, "Can I borrow your pen?" And he pulled his pen away, like kind of like an asshole. I never had such an experience in America in my life. Couldn't even imagine. Like in Hawaii, they're kissing my ass, because they want me to work for them. They're not sitting there like looking at me like, we usually only hire girls. I'm like, all right, cool. You saw my resume. You saw I'm a guy. Why am I here then? Like I said, everything depends on you. You know what I mean? Like some people I met, like this one guy I watched on YouTube, he really, really hated Japan. Like, he just went off for like a good 20 minutes about every single point about what he thought why Japan was terrible. Which that's his opinion. And then, of course, I'm sure he went home. If he didn't, that'd be crazy. Emily, hello.
No.
I'm doing live. Can you go that way or that way?
Okay.
Sorry. It was no, it was an interview for what's his name? Ryan, but Ryan Boundless. He did an interview with this younger guy. This guy was like 25 years old, but he was just simply giving his opinion, and like his opinion was, you don't have to crawl, it's fine, She's like trying not to be in the shot, but yeah, like he was just like going off. And I listened to it because it's funny, and so many things he said were actually very accurate. I'm very numb to some of these things. You know, he's like, they're all robots. I'm just like, yeah, and what's your point? You know, just reprogram them. So, so your happiness depends on whatever. Like, I've had a girl comment to me. She's like, even though your video is very informative or not, she's just like, I'm still coming to Japan. Like, I'm trying to stop you. I already said very exactly, and I talk negatively about the current state of the English industry, and that's about it. I never said Japan sucks. I said the way they treat foreign teachers in the English industry sucks. You know, because the pay is going like this. You know, the last English job I had was at an international school, and this is not the bad point, okay, but everyone was from any other country than the Western countries. When my main teacher, she was hella cool, but she was from Kenya, Africa, right? Other teachers were from Indonesia, but no one was from America, no one is from Europe, and that's gonna be the new trend. They're gonna pay you way less, and they're just not gonna go for Americans or Westerns or Australians anymore because they don't want to pay you. Why would they pay you like 2,500 when they can just pay some Filipino or some other country a little bit less, and they'll accept it because maybe life here is a lot better, especially if it's a country where the money value is really dramatic. So when they send it back, they're pretty much rich, right? Whereas the US dollar versus Japan, it's almost the same. So I'd probably make more money in the US than here. You love your job, you love your girlfriend, you feel blessed. I'm happy you're happy, man. So I'm not going to go on a tangent about all that and stuff, but I do hope it works out for you. Later when I talk to you, I have a question for you. So, or I can ask you now, like, for people watching now, okay, like, if you came to Japan, like, what would be your goal? Like, my buddy, like I told you, he wanted to be a voice actor, so that's his goal. I have other buddies who want to be manga artists, which I tell them, you can be a manga artist in America. Why do you need to come to Japan? So that's just the misconception. So why would you want to come here, and why did you come here if you're already here? So was it because you saw my video and you're like, life looks good there, or was it just one of those things you always wanted to do? You know. Anyhow, so I highly recommend learning as much Japanese as possible, get as much experience as possible, and work for a Japanese company. Because you will have way, as Emily, she's going back and forth. Hi Emily, how's it going? In your one-piece shirt? Yeah. Nothing, I'm just talking to some friends. Huh? Do you speak English? No? No English?
No.
So, she don't speak English. I don't know. So when she yells at me, Emily, unless you're gonna say hi.
Hi.
Do you want to teach Japanese? Like, this is how you say this in Japanese. She's super kabishi. She's a teacher. She corrects me all the time. She's like, yeah, she's like almost my height. I'm kind of scared that she's gonna get bigger than me and beat me up. She's like, remember that one time I went to candy bar at the store and you said no? Well, Dad. And then she'll just beat me up. That's my fear. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm just saying that, like, if you can, or if you're already in Japan, and I already know, one of you guys already have a Japanese job, work for a Japanese company. Don't stick to the English jobs. Improve your Japanese and get more experience. That's what I would do, just to see where what best suits you. Because for me, teaching English wasn't my thing, and it wasn't the kids. I love kids. The kids were the greatest part. I still have like art from the very first kid that ever taught English and art here in Japan. And he wrote me a letter, which I finally can understand. I can finally kind of understand it to this day. So I read the letter, and it made me very, very, like, I don't know. I didn't cry or nothing, but I probably could have. I felt like that. So this kid now is 18 years old. So when I was teaching him, he was 7. So, and I can finally understand what he was trying to tell me. He's like, when you go to America, don't forget me. And when life gets hard, try to be happy. Stay happy. And this is from a 7-year-old. So it was amazing. And I have all his art too. So that's crazy. Anyways, yeah, try other jobs. Don't stick with English. And I do not recommend creating your own school unless you're a rich person. That's fine. And your daddy's going to pay for it. Other than that, like, the English industry is going downhill. Of course, they're going to need more foreigners, but it's not going to be for teaching English. Yeah, we got that covered. So, anyways, peace till next video. I know I said I wouldn't do any more videos, but... What was that? Want to say bye?
Bye.
You say bye in Japanese? What is bye in Japanese?
Bye bye or bye bye だろうが。
Oh, it's the same? Okay.
Bye bye.
See that Kabishi? A little strict there. Bye.
厳しくないぜ。
Oh, see that? Kabishi. What? Okay.
厳しくない。
So she's like, I'm not strict. That's, even though she's yelling at me that I am not.
Yeah.
What is that right there?
卵。
Oh, yes. Peace till next video. Let me figure out how to turn this off.